We are here with Mike and his insane Toyota Tundra. I'm not even gonna ask any questions. I'm gonna let Mike tell us about it. Mike, what inspired this?
So the whole build was basically inspired by being different and being able to take my family places and have something different, but have a little bit of speed, a little bit of handling around it. So it's a 2018 Tundra, Platinum Edition, two-wheel drive. Put a Magnuson supercharger on it, got a bigger intake on it, smaller pulley, bigger intercooler. Performance-wise, got a fuel system, custom tuning here by Trending Motorsports, which they did a great job with. Everything's kind of fit in this engine bay, but there's a lot going on, but it makes great power for a daily driver. Right around 700 to the crank, so which is perfect for a truck this size, being this heavy and kind of still being able to be a daily driver and something you can take your family on vacation with. We did a wide body kit, Honey D wide body kit, which came out great. Color matched all the bolts. We did 22-inch wheels, 22 by 12-inch wheels, weld, and then we did a big brake kit to kind of fill that area up. So it brings everything together real nice and neat. Bed cover. Try to keep it all blacked out. Tough to do, but it came out really good. Did a good job with it.
Any special plans for it in the future? Going for more power?
Maybe. We'll see. It's got a lot now for being a daily driver and something, I just take out on vacation. But, if I can get to 1,000, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. So is your primary platform just trucks or?
No, man. I've had Corvettes, Vipers, Supras. This is just something different. Being able to haul everybody in it, haul stuff around, and still make really good power. It's just something I was trying to achieve, and we've definitely done it with this one for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If there was one thing you could change on this build, what would you change?
I would probably put a Supra engine in this truck, just because I'm a huge Supra fan. I love them. I've owned them, and just to have that inline 6 power, it's just different.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Other than that, the 5.7 is great, man. It's a great power plant.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you, Mike.
Absolutely, man. My pleasure.
We can go for a drive?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let's do it.
And then Mike's truck. One of the first things I noticed is he has a pedal commander. How'd that come about?
Well, I always noticed taking off in this truck, it seemed like it just did not want to go, and you really had to step on it to move. With this pedal commander, it's so sensitive. If I barely touch it, the truck takes off like it should.
Yeah.
So it's been a huge improvement on throttle response.
Okay.
With that pedal commander.
Have you ran them in any other vehicles or just this one?
Just this one, because everything else has been pretty good. But the biggest thing I noticed when I first bought it is it would not go until you really stomped on it.
Okay.
And with that pedal commander, it made a huge difference.
All right. Cool.
Huge difference. And one thing I love about it too is the exhaust. We started out with a Flowmaster exhaust, and it was extremely loud. I mean, it sounded good, but it was so loud that it was at times obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
So with that Corsa exhaust, it's quiet, but it puts out the performance that you need.
Okay.
And it sounds good when you're getting on it. So
it does sound good, because when we started in the shop, like the first time I had heard it, I was like, oh. Like, yeah, it's not like too loud, it's not like obnoxious, it's not like shaking the windows or
just growls a little bit when you start it up. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely different. You don't want to see
different. It is, yeah. And then, like we used to, when I worked for Toyota, we'd probably do 2 or 3 superchargers a year on them of different people. But then you can really get into the big heat exchangers and the intercoolers and the transmission. Like the transmission's got a different valve body in it, the shift and this and that.
Okay.
So there's different things you can do, and out of the box, I think with that blower, they make like 550 to the crank, and there's some guys making real close. Guy up in Canada, real close to making 1,000.
Yeah.
So it's doable. It's just how much you want to put into it, and how much
Yeah. Now, whenever you stick a super engine in this, whether you go with the B58 or the 2J,
I would definitely do the 2J for sure. Oh yeah, having experience with the 2J and just feeling what that feels like, and especially that wastegate that dumps in the open atmosphere and just screams when you take off. It's just it's such a thrill. Oh yeah, it's just I had a 97 and I actually owned it twice because I sold it to a guy and they developed an intake manifold for it. Like 6 years later, he called me. He's like, "Hey, we only put 1,500 miles in the car. Do you want to buy it back?" I was like, "Absolutely." So it's Yeah, they're definitely
fun cars.
Oh, they're beautiful. They're just classic, beautiful cars.
Mm-hmm.
We imported an R32 for my buddy about the same time I got mine, and he put a sequential transmission in that, put a set of Apex twins on it, and that thing was just a beast. So when we get on the highway, I'll get on it a little bit.
It's just so ready to pull.
It is. It does. It wants to roll out for sure.
And that pedal commander made a huge difference.
Oh,
for sure. Because now I see it like.
Yeah, night and day. It just wants to just go.
Yep.
Or before, it would take so long to get to that point.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, it made a huge difference in that pedal commander.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's something that a lot of people should look into, especially if they're looking to get that little extra performance out of their car.
Oh yeah. I had to warn one of the guys driving it yesterday. I was like, listen, it's going to be super sensitive. I'll hit it here a little bit too. It's going to be super sensitive. You take off in it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's got such a linear path.
Yes. Yeah, even the dyno, you can see it on the dyno. It's just a very smooth, smooth run.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels really good. Opposed to like a lot of heavier cars where you really feel like it has to build up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, she's definitely a certified ripper.
And not so much, somewhat of a sleeper, somewhat not of a sleeper.
Right, yeah.
If you can look at it and say there's probably something going on with that truck, you're not sure what.
Yeah, especially when you see the wide body.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what's going on? You see the tires, big brakes. Huh.
And a lot of people don't realize it's a Tundra. A lot of times they kind of look at it and they don't know, is it a Dodge? Is it something else? Is it, what?
Yeah.
What is, especially all the emblems.
Yeah. And then you get inside and you still have heated seats, AC and everything else.
That's the nice part about it.
Yeah.
Got all those things. Got a full back window that goes down and full beds. No, it's good.
Yeah. A lot of people have to sacrifice, either AC somewhere for weight or something like that. Or,
oh yeah. Absolutely.
And how long have you had this set up for?
So we started in 2018. So yeah, it's been to this point to get it here. Toyota of York did a lot of work with it. They did a good job with it, and we just kept adding to it, and adding to it, and adding to it.
Okay.
Anytime I would see something that would work on it or look right on it, I'd just add it on there. Started out with a set of 20-inch wheels at first, set of fuel 20-inch wheels, and it's like, wanted a little bit bigger to fill that fender gap up, and we went to a set of 22 welds, which I don't see on a lot of vehicles. They were kind of a different wheel, but they looked great. The offset's a negative 44, so when they're on there, it looked great. So
okay.
But then I had the factory brakes on it, and I was looking at those like, oh my goodness, those things are
gotta fill the space.
Those things are horrible. They look like they looked like they were this big. It was so it was so bad with those wheels on there. It looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the Stop Tech brakes came out nice.
Yeah, they look really good. I mean, it fits really well with the aesthetic of the wheel.
Yeah. They came out really nice.
It's definitely a tastefully modified truck.
I think so. I think it's not over the top.
No, yeah.
And that's why it's always tough to get that balance when you're modifying a vehicle, because you want to have your expressions and how you feel about your car and this, and everybody loves their car, but then it's like you don't want to go too far in, and then it's like it's tough to turn around at that point when you go too far in there.
Yeah.
I had a Hellcat that was same thing. It was all blacked out. Just the only thing I did to it really was a set of wheels.
Okay.
And the supercharger on that thing was just ungodly loud. I had a 5-inch intake on it. That one's 4.5. It was a 5-inch intake, and I mean you could just hear it from a mile away.
Jesus.
So that intake definitely made this sound of this amplified, because before it sounded like a hybrid. You could barely hear anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're not they're not loud at all, but with that intake, it made a huge difference.
Okay.
You can hear it sucking in, you can hear the squealing and everything. So, and it holds pretty good grip with all the traction controls on, but with those 305s on it, it doesn't spin nearly as much.
You really have to
as it did
really
with the
try and spin.
Yeah, with the factory 275s on it was a big difference.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, like I said, it's just different for sure.
Yeah. Definitely a cool setup, man. Definitely something I've never experienced before. I think I've only ever seen, like, in person, like, one built truck.
Yeah.
But I personally don't ever really see them. I've heard about them. I know about, like, you know, the diesels, turbo diesels and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Diesels make, I mean, you can do endless. That's just endless. And, you know, that's a little different, too. I didn't want to get in the diesel route, and I'm such a Toyota fan.
Okay.
It was, you know, I wanted to make sure that I kind of stuck that. But yeah, diesels, it's just endless, the stuff that you can do with that stuff. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's just like another JDM set.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So much stuff out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for taking us on the ride, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was a great time. Nice truck.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.